Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the beautiful opera game played in Paris 1858. Can you guess which game I'm talking about? Yes, it's the legendary game of Paul Morphy, who was 21 at the time in this match he was playing against Duke Karl and Count Isouard. While also trying to watch the opera here, Paul Morphy is with white pieces, and Duke and Count are with the black pieces. White starts the game with e4. Black responds with e5 knight to f3, pawn to d6. This is the Philidor defense. White plays d4, occupying the center. And now black pins the white's knight with bishop to g4. It may seem like a good move, but actually this is not, because after white pawn takes on e5, black pawn takes back on e5. White queen takes the black queen on d8 with check, and snatching away the castling rights from black's king. After king takes on d8, black loses a pawn to knight takes to e5. And see now, white gains a tempo against black's bishop, while also threatening taking the rook with check on knight to f7 now, after white's pawn takes on e5. Seeing all this, black first takes the knight on f3 with its light squared bishop. White continued with queen takes bishop on f3. Black can now finally take back on e5 with dxe5. Morphy plays bishop to c4, developing and also threatening checkmate on f7. Black responds with knight to f6, standing in front of the f7 pawn, stopping checkmate threats. Now this is a slight inaccuracy, and Morphy punishes it with queen to b3, hitting the pawn on b7 and f7 simultaneously. Black plays queen to e7 to protect the pawn on f7, though here some of you may think b7 pawn should be taken, but no, actually, if you take on b7 with your queen, you get hit with queen to b4, check forcing a trade of queens. Paul Morphy, being him, decides he does not want to trade, so he develops his knight to c3 instead, and also stopping any checking ideas of black also. Now he can take on b7 to stop that. Black plays c6, protecting the pawn with his queen. White here plays bishop to g5, pinning the knight to the queen. Here black is in what's like a zugzwang position here. He can't develop the queen's knight because the pawn is hanging. The bishop is blocked because of the queen. Black plays b5, trying to gain a tempo on the white's light square bishop, but Morphy, being absolute savage, sacrifices his knight, because the idea is if c takes on b5, bishop takes on b5 check, and you have only two moves, king d8, which walks in rook d1 check, or block with the knight, which is on b8. And black does exactly that. Now, to add one more attacker, white castles queen side, lining up the rook for an attack. Black tries to hold on with rook d8. White takes the knight with rook, takes d7, black recaptures with rook takes d7. Now if you see, black's rook is absolutely pinned to its king. It cannot move, and white takes advantage of that with rook to d1. Black here again tries to hold, and with queen to e6 breaking the pin and protecting the rook on d7, but Morphy takes with the bishop. And the idea is if knight takes its mate in 2, and if queen takes, well, black loses a queen, and black here, not seeing the mate, takes back with the knight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, behold for what you're about to witness. White moves queen to b8, a brilliant sacrifice of a full queen, because black has to take on b8 with its knight. It's the only move, and now rook to d8, checkmate.